In today's video, I'll be pulling apart this, and I'll also be trying to take a high resolution photo. Now, for anyone who's been looking at the Nintendo e-reader, you would have seen a ton of videos about reviews, so I'm going to try to do something a little different. I have a friend here, and it's a tiny little screwdriver, specifically designed to get in here. Okay, so what is this? Well, if you've looked up the Nintendo e-reader, you probably understand that it reads codes from cards. And I do have a couple of Pokemon cards in my collection with the actual e-reader functionality, or the little digital strip thing. But for right now, nah. Anyway, my figuring was, why not try to unbox some of these cards as well? I picked these up. They weren't really that expensive. But just a bit of history. I do have a few of these things. A couple I was given for free and a few that I did pay for. But obviously not much. And as you can see, this one I got from Cash Converters. But that's not here nor there. Fingernails aren't useful. So I first thought, well, let's open up the cards. Now, something I wanted to see is whether or not the cards come with something else other than the game, or if it's just the complete game. So I've got a packet here that didn't come with a special cardboard. Now, when I originally got these, I thought, these look like they're rip-offs, because when you go to the shops, you find packs like this, and they're pretty bad. But no, this is how they originally came. So golf. And that's just golf, which means I'm not going to bother opening that one. Now I think I have Donkey Kong and I have tennis. I'm not sure about Super Mario Brothers, but I'll have to pause this for a moment. Oh, right, I'm back. So I thought I had this all set up, but not the way I was hoping. This is a little advert that I came across. Yeah, piece of gaming history, but so the e-reader cards I currently have are these. Now this card, despite the damage, I've still been able to read it just fine. Super Mario 3. So I've got Super Mario Brothers, so I won't be needing to open that. Donkey Kong Jr. Alright, so I got Donkey Kong Jr. here, but I got Donkey Kong there. Donkey Kong Jr. again, some of the Pokemon ones. Well, these are specifically for the games. Ruby and Sapphire, which I still need to play through. The original one's not the... So these should be fun. Now, what happens if you can't afford to go out and buy these cards? What happens if you can't? What happens if you just got the unit, for instance, which you'd normally find like that? Well, if you have yourself the old DS Lite and an R4 card, you can actually read and write to the save files with some special software you can find online. I don't know how difficult it will be, but effectively you can, with the R4 card and the right sort of software, read and write to the save file, the RAM in the machine for the save, and also dump the ROM, which is useful in this case because you don't need to scan all these cards. You can just upload someone else's save and knock yourself out, which is what I did for the original Eon ticket. Although I can't recall if I received one with the Eon ticket or if I had to anyway. So it's not the end of the world if you get the unit or the unit stops functioning, or at least the card reader part, because you can still, with the right tools, do whatever you want. Now this was an additional add-on, and if you have the, it basically shows you here on the back, it's designed more for like the SP, just to give it something to... Okay, that doesn't work. I think it just makes it look neater. Doesn't work with the DS Lite though. So yeah. Did I have tennis? I forget. So it's just, if you've seen the other videos, you'd understand what all this was. You know, the person actually sent me this, send it in. This was funny. Good idea, but I think it's funny. So I'll just open up this bike. There we go. Did that come out? Yep, it's still recording. It's been embarrassing, but I have been doing a video and it hasn't been recording, even though I thought I pressed play. Or record. So brand new cards. Well, new old stock cards. You know what? I think I might try to give this one a go. And golf can go up here. Alright, so before I try this out and break it horribly, I figured, why not fire it up and show you how it looks. So on the original Game Boy, which is the console it was built for, this is also compatible with the GameCube Game Boy Advance player, if that's what it's called, I forget. The one thing I really hate about this is how it's stuck down with, well, I'm assuming like tape. This really should have had like a proper clip mechanism, but Nintendo. Alright, let's fire it up. And drop the volume all the way down for copyright reasons. So initially when it fires up, this was incorporated, well, this wasn't just a Nintendo thing. Olympus, I believe that's the camera company. But I'm just ranting on here. Now, I currently have e-hockey on here, so let's try doing the exercise bike. This is the part where it becomes really, really tedious, and most likely why it didn't take off in the West. So you need to scan codes. So I'm going to scan my first one. Error. Do it again. Right. Scan code. Alright, so one's been read. Two's been read. Three. Wow, I've not used this thing for a long time. Your best bet when using this is to scan it through slowly, despite how fast you may want to go with it. Unfortunately for the Pokemon ones, I don't know where I'm keeping them. But they're effectively just your standard game cards that would, well, play. You could swipe and then do something. Wish I had a full collection. Oh well. Oops. So I'm not sure about this game myself, but as I understand, it was one of Nintendo's big things. So, yes. How's that going to be coming through? Any good? Probably not. Alright, I'm going to turn this off. And I'm going to connect it up to this, which should play it better. Yeah, that's coming through a lot better. Although it's a little bright. How's that? Slip that underneath. Is that any good? Yeah, that's alright. Access save data. Huh. No, it's not working. Oh, that must be embarrassing for Nintendo. And for me a little bit. Alright. Let's get that off my chest. Well, that's off my chest, sorry. Blah. I've been really good with words a bit, so I need to talk more. Let's do the fun part. Let's take it apart. I will intend to pause this to take a high resolution photo, or at least a close-up one, so we can see the inside. Now I do have multiple of these, so this one was specifically purchased for this. I think it was $13. Might have been 16. So these screws are a pain in the ass. Did I just lose a screw? I think, oh no, there it is. Since they're all basically the same, I don't need to worry about anything. Alright. Oh, that just pops right off. Okay. So there's a ribbon cable here. So that's a logic board to it. And that's a little different. So internally, I'm going to bring this up closer. Now I'll have to figure out how that goes back in. Focus. There we go. So my assumption will be that's the camera module. That must light it up. You've got the pass-through for the link cable. Wow. And then the slot here is covered up by this, which has been screwed in. So that is a very interesting look inside here. If it wasn't for the light. Now I'm going to try to take a good photo of this, so BRB. Alright, so to be honest, I didn't take the photos as best as I thought I would. The light is actually pretty piss poor right now, so I'm going to be me and blame it on the lighting. Anyway, with that said, I'm actually quite sort of thought this was fun. Now, let's put it back together and see if it still works, which is always the best part when it ever comes to doing stuff like this. Oh, I also figured out how these go in just by looking. I remember there's like a little bit of metal at the back here, so, you know, it's like, yeah! Alright. This is probably where I should have my tweezers. So all this really is just early camera, like the camera you'd find for the Game Boy Color. Except it's not a Game Boy Color, it's the Game Boy Advance, and I don't know. I don't know what they did specially for this, but I'm guessing the CPU, this processor here is going to be some sort of image processing unit, as well as the main sort of think tank. And that's probably going to be the RAM, while this would be the firmware for the device, or the actual software for it, however you want to look at it. So that should just go straight. I mean, wow, that is just barely held together. I would have thought it would have been more. Then again, plenty of screws. Wow, pulling this thing apart was fun. I was expecting a hell of a lot more to fly out at me, but yeah. So at least when this one was released, it was so late as to be around the same time as the SP, which AGS 001. I really want the 101. I want it so bad. I keep looking at cache converters where I bought this from, and they had a bunch of AGS 001s, but not those. I didn't actually check to see, because I found out the staff there aren't exactly intelligible when it comes to checking products, which is fun. So let's plug this in, what it's designed for. So as you can see, it sort of just sits barely on the top, so you can't close the lid, which is just ridiculous. Sound is off. How does that look? Yeah, that's coming through. Yeah, it's still not working. Oh well, doesn't matter. Let's turn it back off, turn it back on. And let's take Pokemon and see if this one works. Hey, it still works. All right. Tell you what, let's just see if I can get something working on here. I can actually play. So let's try this e-hockey card just to show that damaged cards can still be read. Oh, that lighting is bad. So as you can see, that giant crease and how it's all bent. Refocus. Perfect. Off, on. You can also print these, but I've never had any success, although I haven't really. Anyway. Start. Scan. One. Two. There you go. Scan just fine. Yes. Honestly, it's the Eon ticket that I really wanted to get my hands on, but I haven't had that luck, so it's like, Just a bit of gameplay. Nope, I lost. Oh, I'm going to be childish and give up. So, that was a teardown of the e-reader. Wow, I've been wanting to do this video since 2015. Yeah, this has been a while. Anyway, thanks for watching. Yibbity-yib, blah. Yibbity-yibbita.